I think we are streaming now. It's been a long time. Hello, everyone. I missed you guys. I have a new job, a new computer, all sorts of stuff. So we're going to try to figure out how this all works again because I have no memory of anything. All right, Twitch still thinks I'm offline. Why does YouTube think I'm offline too? Come on, YouTube. This is so complicated. So this is working. Here, I guess I can click view. Here we go. Let's see what this says. It doesn't say live though. Oh, it is live. Okay, so somehow this is working. And then we have Twitch. Let's just make sure. Oh, it says offline. Oh, streaming. Now it says it's working. Here, I guess I can click view. Here we go. Let's see what this says. So let's try again. It doesn't say live though. Oh, it is live. Okay, so somehow this is working. Well, whatever. Can't make everything work all the time. We'll figure this out as we get better at this again. Oh, it says offline. Oh, streaming. Now it says it's working. Here, I guess I can click view. I do have PeerTube also. So let's try again. It doesn't say live. We'll worry about that later. Oh, it is live. Okay, so somehow this is working. All right, well, so what are we going to do today? We're going to learn about all the time. We'll figure this out. We're going to get better. Yes, Isabel. We're kind of back. We don't know what we're doing whatsoever. How are you doing, Isabel? It's been so long. I'm so glad to hear from you. I have a conference talk in like... Oh, it is live. Okay, so somehow this is working. I'm afraid to figure it out. I think in a week or a week and a half. It's all about using nerves. We're gonna get better. Elixir nerves, which is like embedded programming, right? And I know nothing about embedded programming. So my talk is basically about what it's like to do embedded programming from a beginner's point of view. I think I'm like the first real talk in the conference. Figure it out. I think so I'm going to open it up after, the intros and whatever. So we'll see how that goes. But first, we're going to have to learn it. So this is like the week or a week and a half before the thing that I can actually try to learn it. At the same time, I have a new job and work is like from a beginner's point of view. When can you meet? I think I'm like the first real talk. We can do this all. We can make everything fit. If you ever feel that way, the intro is a mess. Whatever. So we'll see how that goes. Chat is ready to display messages. What the hell? Is it backwards? But I'm alright. Before the thing, I can actually try to learn. I had my psychiatrist appointment today this morning. And point of view, she's like, can you meet? It literally the camera. It's a video thing, so it comes on. Make everything fit. If you ever feel that way, the intro is a mess. Whatever. Shit. So we'll see how that goes. Chat is ready to display messages. Let's figure out why this would be. Because nothing works. How about now? Do you still hear two of me? You should only hear one. Properties. Yeah, it should be just one thing now. Audio is picking up your local playback, except that I have no local playback. I hear nothing at all. I've turned off my sound. Maybe I'll turn off all sound. Oh, maybe this is my second microphone that was picking it up. Does this sound any better now? Oh, okay, cool. We're better. We figured it out. We're computer people. Anyway, yeah, so she's like, my psychiatrist is like, so how are you? It's been 2 months. And, the first thing, and then I just dive right into like my traumas and panic attacks and everything like that. And then while I'm talking, you can see her face, right? She's kind of like, and I'm like, oh shit, is this what she meant? Or did she want to just start off and say, how are you? Like, hey, hi, just being polite. And so I start thinking about that. And then I start slowing down as I'm telling my stories about like not being able to sleep, about having like, these concerns and everything. And so I start slowing down, right? You know how you do that when you're thinking while you're talking, you can slow down. So I start thinking about how I'm slowing down, and that just becomes a mess because now I'm really slowing down and I just look like I'm stuttering. And at some point I'm just like, yeah, halfway through my story, and she's like, so you went to the US, how was the trip? I'm like, just like, oh shit. Yeah. Hey Sean. Good to see you. I didn't expect anyone to be on whatsoever because it's been, I have no idea how many months. But now, like, work. Okay, so here's the story about work. I don't know if, like, people at work are going to watch this. It's a little tricky, right? But it was rough to start because, I'm not used to using so much AI for work, but the company itself is AI. And hey, Findus, so good to see you. And their whole like, not only is it in the AI field, but they really want to use AI when they're doing the work. So I just really like had to learn that. And it's like a whole bunch of mixed feelings. I'm not like AI pilled or anything, but I wouldn't know. I love programming, right? So just like having to use AI tools, it's kind of cool, but at the same time it felt a little bit like not as fun to not be programming directly as much, and also concerning about the direction of AI in general. But the good news is the company is trying to be like, it kind of admits that AI is like a real problem and it could like destroy shit. So they're trying to make it more ethical for use, with a lot more like user control privacy and stuff like that, and not about replacing people who are doing work. So anyway, that was a long thing, and it made me feel really insecure about my abilities and stuff like that. But I'm at the point now where I kind of am more in my groove with the group. So I can like take some time for myself and not just be like freaking out the whole time. But yeah, it's a big difference from having all the time in the world to do stuff like stream and whatever, right? Hey, is this stream coming out like really choppy? Because it looks choppy to me when I'm watching it back on Restream. Yeah, so how have you guys been? I like dump all my shit. All right, so let's see how to get started here. Hopefully the video is actually working. Let me just peek into YouTube and actually see what's going on, what it looks like. Yeah, it kind of looks pretty smooth on YouTube, so maybe it's just Restream that looks all bad. All right, so does anyone know what Elixir Nerves is? I bought a whole bunch of shit. Basically, I don't really know what I'm buying, but I just Googled stuff. And I'm going to show you guys what I got. So here's the first box. Doesn't look like anything, right? It says nothing useful on top. Success Courier. It looks like it's from Spain. So I had no idea what this was. But I opened it. Oh, this is going to be hard to show. But it's like a little soldering kit, right? I've never soldered anything in my life. I don't even know how to say it. It looks like solder. It says solder, no idea. I have my European plug. So I think we might have to use this. And then we'll watch a YouTube video for it. Along with that, I heard that it might be useful to have like breadboards and stuff. So I don't know what this is exactly, but it looks like it can hold. It says RAB holder, Arduino Mega 2560, Raspberry Pi, and solderless breadboard. I don't know how we might use this, but we might use it. And I think it's related to that is we have like wires. I hope by the time that I do the conference, I can say more than ribbons and wires. Maybe this is a ribbon. Maybe that's what it's literally called. And I think this is the breadboard where you're like connecting things across. I'm assuming this is a little bit like a patch board for like networking where you're like, you can easily connect things, but no idea how that works. So we got a lot to learn. Hello, Mr. Woodward42. And then we have what I technically call wires. I assume that these wires are part of the breadboard. Don't know. And this is in no order here. I haven't opened this. It says Techno IoT 5-piece MEMS high precision new. No idea. It comes in like this kind of packaging, so I assume it's like anti-static. Jesus. This is the worst Ziploc bag I've ever seen. Alright, we're gonna use a scissor. Woodward, are you gonna help me with this? Because I have no idea. Okay, so I think maybe it's a Ziploc bag under. First, have to open it. Here we go. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see this at all. Probably not. But it looks like I have 5 discs. They're all the same, I think. Maybe we open one so we can see what it looks like. We need like sensors. I want to do a project where we have sensors and we do some programming to use those sensors. All right, so we have this. And we have this. Not really sure what it is. I ordered a bunch of stuff, so it's probably one of the sensors I bought, I'm guessing. I bought a distance sensor, I think, a UV light sensor, because one of the things is I thought maybe I could actually use it myself by like, I'm always wondering if I need to put sunscreen on, so if I make a little thing that can tell me if I need to put sunscreen on, that would be kind of cool. I think this is a Raspberry 5, so this isn't really embedded programming. I think I just bought one, but haven't set it up yet. So we'll just put it in the pile, but I don't think we're going to use it for this project. All right, so what is this? It's a stereo adapter of some sort, USB stereo adapter. And my thought is I could make a musical instrument, like maybe a theremin sort of thing, and it's going to need to make sounds. So got a thing for that. Okay. Now what is this? EPL Zon. Ooh. This is kind of pretty. It looks like maybe these are sensors also. Oh yeah, because like there's something on the bottom of it too, you see? Yeah, so it looks like there's two things. It sounds kind of like a stupid thing to do, right? Just buy a whole bunch of sensors and figure it out, but I never said I was smart about it. And then we have this, whatever this is. Let's see what this is. Ah, I can read it so I can tell you what it is. It says GPIO extension board. I think general purpose IO, right? That'll be on our Pi 0. All right, less interesting. Micro USB OTG board. I don't remember what an OTG board is, but with power port, I think it's important. We have a shit ton to learn, guys. Let's see. OTG board. What is OTG? On-the-go adapter. Allows you to connect a full-size USB flash drive or USB-A cable to your phone. All right. I never heard about that. It sounds like just like a pretty general thing, but Isabel, you can't be further than me. I remember in university, before I decided to do computer science, I was like, well, first I thought I was going to do medicine. I took a whole bunch of like medical biology and chemistry classes, and I did okay. And then it was basically like I took a computer science class because it was required, and I didn't even want to, right? I had been programming ever since I was a kid, and I was like, I should stop computers and do something different. I'm so autistic, I can't look at the camera. It's like I can't look at you guys even though you're not eyes. And, oh God. And then I took a computer class, and I was like, oh my God, this is so easy. And it felt like, fish in water. It just felt so easy. So I was like, shit, I'm fighting like my strengths here. So I decided to just go into computers. And but before I really did that, I was like, well, I won't do computers. I'll do like engineering. So I'll do like electrical or something like that. So I took one class to start, and in the very beginning they started like talking about like pressure and like stuff like that. I'm like, oh my God, this is plumbing. Like I can't test things. You have to test things by like using meters and stuff. Like you're basically checking if there's leaks. And I was like, this is not for me. So that's when I gave up, and I never touched hardware again, which is really funny because my father is like, why do I want to say God rest his soul? Because he's not dead. I want to be like, God rest his soul. Fuck him. No, just kidding. I love you, Dad. He like used his hands for everything. He worked as a machinist, so he was like making like machine tooling tools, making pieces, and like really exacting like precision. He made a flute for me, and also like he made all the furniture at our house, and it was like elaborate, you know, like out of wood and everything like that. He'd just be working at night all the time after work, building little miniatures, like models. That's what I love the most. He would make like little miniatures of the furniture he's gonna build, and I would just be like, dude, seriously, if there was like Etsy or something at the time, he could have just done that. Anyway, I just never, maybe it's like we try not to do what our parents do, so like I just never did anything with my hands. I just like relied, math and computers were perfect for me. Anyway, I can't stay on topic. You can tell I have some ADHD, right? So here are things. They have colors. See, I could get into this if we get into colors. There's like, oh, you can't see very well, can you? You can see some in here. Here, I'll take it out. I want to eat these. Can you see that now? Yeah, you can see that now. They're like, they look like two prongs with like a little thing on top. And we have really little screws here. And more like wires with something in between. That must be like a capacitor, a transistor, or a resistor. Yeah. Dude, we're going to know all this stuff by the end. We're going to be so smart. Like, UV sensor. Guys, this one we know is a UV sensor because it says so on the box. Let's see what a UV sensor looks like. Can you believe it? Like, can you imagine if like me touching all of these things is actually breaking it? It's like very sad. LEDs, that's what they're called. I thought they were like some kind of like capacitor resistor thing. So this isn't the sensor, this is just wires. But it comes with this also. This must be the UV sensor. This is going to tell me if I need sunscreen. What does it say here? It says UV sensor C. It must be like the little thing right in the middle that looks like it's shining. That is the sensor. And I'm guessing this is where we'll plug in to our wires. This is so daunting. Oh, speaking of ADHD, look at this. I bought one of these mini spectrums. Can't wait to play with it. Maybe I can program on it. That'll be so fun. And Commodore just relaunched, and I ordered a Commodore 64. If you guys don't know about it, you can look it up. Commodore.net. I went for the gold version. It cost $550. Can you believe it? All right, what is this? 118. No, this is an address in China. So I don't know what this is. Let's open it. You're not likely to break them. Modern electronic components are much more tolerant of electrostatic discharge. That's what I was just thinking. Woodward. Okay, we're going to have a problem because I don't know what these things are that I'm opening. I'm going to have to look at the things I bought. I just made a big shopping list and ordered it all. What does that look like? Is it focusing? It doesn't say anything. It just says C1, C2, C3, R1, R3, R2, not even in order. Weird. Okay. Whoa, this is huge. Oh, I know what this is. This must be the filament for soldering. Yeah, it says so. Lead-free solder wire. Oh shit, I heard lead-free was bad. That it's harder to use lead-free solder. Well, we'll deal. E-paper hat. So this seemed cool. Like, it's basically e-paper so that I can like have a display that stays on. I don't know what I'll do with it. I am terrible at putting things back in boxes. So it says HDMI Raspberry Pi. Okay, here it is. Raspberry Pi 02W. And this will be our main thing. It's kind of funny how like it's actually smaller than a lot of the other pieces, you know, and this is like our brain. It's insane. So this will be key. We should start with this. It says with headers. So I guess that's like the prickly things. Okay, that should be a little clip for the conference. The prickly things. So I'm going to sound so much smarter than now because I won't be saying prickly things. Oh, this is cool. Digital light intensity sensor module. The light's terrible, isn't it, guys? You can't see anything. There it is. Programming and prototyping. Level 2. I like how they put the levels on this. Okay. That doesn't matter. I think that's everything. I actually have two Raspberry Pi 02W, so in case one breaks, we can do that. All right, so let's figure out how to do nerve programming. That'll be... I don't want to get too much done today. Work is already asking me to like meet, so let's try to do some basics. I knew that if I didn't get started, I would never get started. I cleaned my desk. It took all day. So, and then after that I got my new Framework 16 laptop, so that's all set up. I have a friend who does I have two friends that do a lot of this stuff, so if I get stuck, then like we can figure it out with them. Okay, so I'm gonna just like do a Google search on nerves Elixir, and we're gonna start from there. Let me get the browser up here on the screen. I think we want to do something like this. and we want to type in Elixir nerves and figure out what this is. Okay, which one do we want? There's like 4 things that may make sense here. Elixir loves embedded. Nerves is an open source platform that combines the rock-solid Beam virtual machine and Elixir ecosystem to easily build and deploy production embedded systems. Get started. Okay, this looks like a good way to get started. Is this like their main thing? It looks like it. It looks like their main thing. And this will probably just link to it. 2 weeks ago. Huh. Whoa. But does it link to the site? Getting started. Yeah, it looks like it links kind of to the same site. Nerves. Oh. No, this is all hex PM. Now I'm a little bit lost as to what's the best way to get started. Let's see. Erlang virtual machine. The repository is an entrance and provides. Okay. Doesn't really say go somewhere else. So maybe this is a better way to get started. Let's see. And then here we have getting started. What do you guys think? What's better here? I have a problem where I can't really see chat that well. Hey, it's Exoticas. Mo, hey guys. Good to hear from you again. We're trying to learn nerves because I have a conference talk. I have 2 talks coming up. One is in Goatmeyer. And I'm going to be talking here somewhere. Speakers. Here I am. I'm going to be talking about overcoming my hardware phobia and getting the nerves. So this is what we got to do before it starts. I think, let's see what these guys are about. Is this the same thing? Official documentation, bookworm, nerves tips, code, learn. Yeah, I guess they point here also. So let's just start from here. I think this is the best place to start. All right. Nerves requires a number of programs on your system to work. Yeah, so what I think I'm going to do is have a series of these lives where I'm learning nerves. I'll break them out into, eventually like videos themselves. And hopefully we'll also end up with a very short, like 20-minute session in the conference where I'll talk about what I've learned and how you guys have helped me. And then after that, we're going to be doing a talk in Beam EU, I think. Yeah. So I don't know if they have the speakers list here. Alright, there I am. So it's going to be softly, surely bringing Elixir to work. So that one's a little bit after. I think that's in Berlin in November. So we have some time for that. All right, concentrate. Listen, we won't do too much today. What I'm really afraid of is, like, because this is hardware, it'll interfere with streaming. But I don't think that'll be the case because I won't have to really reboot my computer. I'll just have to restart the Raspberry Pi, right? So we'll see. And notice also that we are now on full NixOS. Oh, you guys see the wrong one. But we're on full NixOS now. So that's pretty cool. All right. Let's read this. These include Erlang, Elixir, and a few tools for packaging firmware images. Nerves is actively used on macOS and Linux distributions. For Windows users, some people have had success running Linux in a virtual machine or using Windows subsystem for Linux available in Windows. I was really thinking of doing this, but I'm just going to be using NixOS for this for now. If you have issues after following the steps below, please search or open a topic. Great. Specific Erlang and Elixir versions, we recommend using ASDF or Mise en Place rather than your OS's package manager. Please, we will kick it with Nix. The easiest installation route on Mac OS is to use Homebrew. Yeah. Oh shit, we need these things. What are these things? Uh-oh. Optionally, if you want to build custom Nerve systems, you'll also need to install Docker for Mac. Wait, I'm on the Mac thing here. Okay, let's go here. First, install a few packages. Oh, fuck. Oh, here, look, Nix. We got it. We're good. So we're going to take this. And I don't even know what directory we're on here. We will, I was fucking around with something. Okay, so we're in Nerves. And we will make a new file. And we'll call this shell.nix. Does this look good? All of these things. These look, oh, what is X11SSH AskPass? Okay, so we made that file, use nix shell nix. Erlang R24 has been removed as it is unmaintained upstream. Do you see the disappointment in my face? We literally just started and we already have problems. So what are we looking for? This guy? What is this? What is going on here? I wonder what ER25. Oh, it's probably just version 25. I wonder what that's about. Let's see if it tells us. La 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 la. I don't know what that is. All platforms. Well, maybe we don't need that version. Let's see what happens. I already have Erlang installed here. No? Or is it Erl? I forget what it's called. Erlang 27. So we'll see what happens. Then install the required version of Erlang OTP and Elixir. We highly recommend using ASDF. I don't quite follow what they need here version-wise, but let's just see if it works with our version. Mix local hex. Are you guys seeing any of this? Yeah, it looks like it, but it's like kind of cut off a little bit on your screen. You can now add the Nerves Bootstrap archive to your Mix environment. The archive allows Nerves to bootstrap the Mix environment, ensuring that your code is properly compiled using the right cross-compiler for the target. The Nerves Bootstrap archive also includes a project generator which you can use to create new Nerves project. To install the new Nerves Bootstrap archive, do this. Mix archive install. Okay, let's see if this works. That seemed to have worked. I'm really concerned that I don't have the right versions here, but I can probably find these exact versions on Nix and pull them, because this wants 118.3.27 and I am on 118.4, so I'm newer. I am on OTP 27, so we should be okay. In worst case scenario, we can use ASDF. But I also don't know what this Erlang 25 project is, right? That's like Beam packages. Yeah, I think we'll be okay then. Okay, let's continue. Where were we? Connecting to a Nerves target. Connecting to a Nerves target, there are multiple. I'm feeling a little stressed. Like, I notice like this hardware feeling, it's already stressing me out. I feel like I'm in a project. They haven't really explained to me like, oh, maybe I should have read this. I started here and I didn't read the getting started. Oh, this would be very, very useful. Let's do that. All right. Nerves defines a new way to build embedded systems using Elixir. It is specifically designed for embedded systems, not desktop or server systems. You can think of Nerves as containing three parts. Platform, a customized minimal build root derived Linux that boots directly to the Beam VM. So that's what's running on the circuit or whatever. Framework, ready to go library of Elixir modules to get you up and quickly running. Tooling, powerful command line tools to manage builds, update firmware, configure devices, and more. Taken together, Nerves platform, framework, and tooling provide a highly specialized environment for using Elixir to build advanced embedded devices. Common terms. In the following guide, support channels and forums, you may hear the following terms being used. This is very useful. It's like our glossary. Host, the computer on which you are editing source code, compiling and assembling firmware. Perfect. Target, I get that. Toolchain, the tools required to build, code for the targets such as compilers, linkers, bin utils, and C runtime. System, a lean build root based Linux distribution that has been customized and cross-compiled for a particular target. Alright, so this is like basically the distro that's built for your system that you're going to install it on. Firmware, a single file that contains an assembled version of everything needed to burn firmware. Firmware bundle. I don't know what that is. Built from firmware image. Built from a firmware bundle and contains the partition table, partitions, bootloader. Alright. We'll see more about that. Before you create your first Nerves project or explore Nerves with Livebook, I'm really not used to talking. You will need to make sure to install some system packages required by the framework, platform, and tooling. Let's see what this says. This probably takes us to installation. Yep. Nerves plus Livebook. Best path to exploring Nerves for the first time is by setting up the Nerves Livebook project. This allows you to try out the Nerves project on real hardware without needing to build a project from scratch. Within minutes, you'll have a Raspberry Pi or BeagleBone running Nerves. You'll be able to run code in Livebook and work through the Nerves tutorials from the comfort of your browser. Yord has put together a fantastic video to help walk through the entire setup process. We should do this since they're running the conference. We should see how well that works. Creating a project, before you start using Nerves, it is important that you take a minute to read the installation guide. It will help you get your machine configured for running Nerves. Let's create a new project. The Nerves new project generator can be called from anywhere, and it can take either an absolute path or relative path. We'll do like a Nerves install, and we'll do mix nerves dot new hello Nerves, just like they said, and it did stuff. Nerves will generate the required files and directory structure for your application. If you choose not to fetch dependencies during project generation, you will need to do that yourself. As described by the project generator, the next step is to change the project directory, choosing a target, and fetch the target specific dependencies. Alright, fetch and install, sure. What is my device's mixed target? Visit the supported targets page for information on what target name to use for each of the boards that Nerves supports. The default target is host. That's probably my machine, right? But later on, we're going to run on the Raspberry Pi Zero. So I assume that's this. Raspberry Pi 02W. I don't see a 2W, but I'm hoping that it's the same as this. The target is chosen using a shell environment variable. You can use the export command, which will remain in effect as long as you leave your shell window open. Uh-oh. Error, command failed to execute. Mix steps get. Okay. RPI 0. Export mix target equals RPI 0. And then we can do mix steps.get. What just happened? Didn't, oh. Could not compile dependency nerves. Mix compile failed. Errors may have been logged above. Depths clean. Make not found in path. Oh, so we're going to need like a lot more environment variables for make and stuff like that. Which I thought we had in the shell, no? Auto make. Did we run this? Oh, we had problems with this. Didn't I remove this? Alright, so maybe this works now. Mix and nix are very similar. Alright, that worked a lot better. Where were we? So that compiled. You can see that it says mixed target here. Where was I just reading here? Yeah. An often used approach is to have two shell windows open, one for running commands against a host target and one with the desired mix target variable set. Interesting. Should we do that? Oh, I should run that. And in this one, we want to do mix target equals host. And what can I do? I don't understand. Do I just run mixdeps get again? Let's see here. This allows you quick access to the host-based tooling in the former and deploy update firmware from the latter. That sounds complicated. Let's just stick with this for now so we don't go complicated. Deploying your firmware. Once you have installed your project dependencies, you can build a Nerves firmware bundle. This bundle contains a minimal Linux platform and your application packaged as an OTP release. The first time you compile your application or its dependencies, Nerves will fetch the system and toolchain from one of our cache mirrors. These artifacts are cached locally in Nerves artifacts so they can be shared across projects. Oh, nice. Okay. You can remove that directory. It'll be re-downloaded. I just run mix firmware. I already have the environment variable, so I can do mix firmware. And now this is going to make me a Linux bundle that I can upload to the Pi, Raspberry Pi Zero. We got an emoji. That's always a good sign, right? It must work. Now you may install it to a micro SD card using Mixburn, or upload it to a device with Mix Upload, or Mix Firmware Gen Script plus upload.sh. Alright, I do not know how to get like this set up. So should we try it now, or is this too much for me? Let me see here. Alright, so I do have a micro SD like burner, I guess. Let me see if I can find it. So my laptop, the framework laptop I have has these like Lego like pieces, right? And it has a micro SD one. So I'll open that up and we can see what that looks like. Oops. Doesn't look like anything special for me, like I just don't use these things. It looks like I put the SD card inside of this thing. So let me find an SD card. I think this is one. It's like the Raspberry Pi one. But it looks huge. Oh, so there's like a card that goes in here. I think I just need the small one, right? Because that's what goes. I don't even know like which way. Uh-oh. I am so scared. Why don't they tell you which way to put it in? This is called a micro SD card reader. And I assume this is a micro SD. Do you guys know if it's like goes in this way? It doesn't look like it fits. It's like in a slant. Let's try the other way. Oh, shit. The other way went straight in. Okay, so I assume that's the right way. So that makes sense. The pins or the contacts are facing up, and up has more space in the thing. So I put it in here first. I have an expansion board I'm not using, so I'll just put it in there. But that means I have to lift my computer and pull out what's in there now, which is a USB-C. Oh shit, it popped. It jumped out of my computer. Okay. We'll put this one in. Okay, so the computer gave me something called disks and devices that popped up on my screen. We don't care about that, right? What do I do? Do I just do mix firmware burn then? Let's try. Let's just see what happens. How does it know where to even put it? Oh shit, it found it! What the fuck? What does it say here? Creating something. Updating base firmware image with Erlang release. Doing something. Built the firmware. Now you may install it to a micro SD card using mix burn or upload it. Use gigabyte memory card found. That's not the SD card, right? 100 gigs? Maybe it is. What if this just breaks my system? Alright, let's just do it. No password, a password sudo. What? Alright, I'm lost now. Do you think? How do I find out? How do I know what to do now? It doesn't say, right? There's nothing here. Well, it says... Okay, I don't know what device it's in, though. I mean, we already did this. Because basically that doesn't help. It was going to be too easy, right? Unable to run SSH ask pass. So that was the problem. It wanted to like run this. Let's see, is that like a Linux thing that we can get? I wonder if this is what I need. We could try. What is R packages? Hey Naruto, what's up? I don't have a screen open. So we're trying to get AskPass to work, but I doubt it'll find it here, right? Alright, so if we use -d, we can get an output file and then we can use something else. We can look at this documentation. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work. What was it called? Mix firmware.burn. This probably won't work. Yeah, so let us do -d and say that this is the, what is this called? Firmware? Firmware raw. And then we'll use dd or something to put it in the card. Okay, we don't even know which. We don't even know where to put it. I see devices, removable device. This is complicated. SDA1 is my SD card. So it is SDA1. And the way I found that is I opened up my desktop. You'll probably see the wrong window. How do I fix this? Yeah, it's the wrong screen. Oh well. Anyway, I hovered over the little file system like thing that shows your files, the visual, and it says SDA1. So that's how I know that my removable device is SDA1. And then insert the original SD card and check the name. There we go. Here's our USB disk. So we have a very small one here and a much larger one. I wonder if I need to kind of make this one drive. Let's see what happens if I just DD into it. Where I used, what was it called? Firmware raw, out file, dev SDA1. We'll probably have to give it block size or something like that, right? We can just copy this. See how this works. Is it done? So now the question is, if I open up one of these Raspberry Pi Zeros, let's see what it looks like. Looks like this. I wonder if it has like oh, it says HDMI, right? So I should be able to display it. HDMI. So one of these things must be HDMI. So what this guy says. Alright, so what I can do is I can take this little card out. SD card from my computer. It really doesn't want to come out now. We really need like what do you call it? Like the thing you pluck your eyebrows with? A pince? Whatever those are, you really need one of those for this. And I think that it goes in here on the thing. Alright, now I have no idea where to plug in the power. So maybe we should look up Raspberry Pi 0. Raspberry Pi 0 2W power. Okay, so the header is the stuff that I have on top of it already, right? Yep, I see the SD slot. So the HDMI port is this thing on the bottom left. Got it. That's this here is the HDMI. And we have a power in over here. So let's try to figure this out. How do I do this? This is what I was afraid of with streaming because like I'm using the monitor, right? This is going to be a pain. You guys have any ideas? I have an Elgato video capture. So what I could do is I could set that up. And then you'll be able to see what I see. So I should really do that. That's going to take some time. So that's a little bit. So we'll remember to do that next. I'll do that in the next stream. I'll set that up. Let's see if we can figure out this live book stuff. Or let's watch the video actually. Right here. How do you I should really learn how to pronounce this.
Benedict?
Oh, I can't hear it because I turned off the sound.
Benedict?
What?
Benedict?
Wait, I'm confused. It doesn't sound like that at all. Holy cow. Well, I'm going to say under Ford because that's a hell of a lot easier. So, running live book and fantastic video. Let's watch the video. We're going to have to put on audio sound so you can hear. Desktop audio. Make sure it's connected to the right one. I think that's right. No, I don't hear it though. But you looks like you hear it. Why don't I hear? Oh, because I turned this off. One sec. Okay, great. Hopefully you don't hear it twice. Download the firmware. We did not do this. I think we built it. Holy shit. What is all this? This looks so much easier. Alright. You know, these guys expect me to know how to use, like... how to use all this stuff. I don't even know where to plug the power. File right path brightness. Oh, cool. Well, that is really great, like minimalistic. However, that was really fast, and I didn't quite like. Oh, I see. This guy links over here. Maybe this is their site. Anyway. I will turn off the desktop audio so you don't hear doubles in case you are. And I think I will set up the Elgato thing, but probably not while you guys are like watching me do that. That's kind of a pain, isn't it? Let me look to see where it is though. Alright, so I found it. Elgato. It's an old one. I just need to... oh shit, I need to find the power cord for this. God damn it. It looks like it has a very small pin power cord. Let me see if I can find that. Not looking good. I think this is just old USB. Well, that's a pain in the ass. I'm guessing that this can't take power in from USB-C. Let me see what happens if I plug USB-C into this. Does it like light up? Oh, it does. So maybe it'll be fine. Like it's lighting up. Here. So what do I do? Out. It needs HDMI out. In, out. How does this work? It's all in French. Let's just ask. Let's ask ChatGPT. I'll be there in a second. Okay, let's ask. I have an Elgato HD60S. How do I connect this to my NixOS? What's it called? NixOS framework laptop. HDMI goes to your display TV monitor. This is pass through. Okay, so I don't think I need this, right? USB-C, connect to your USB. Should see it. Oh, so I can add. That sounds pretty neat. So I will need a way to connect the mini HDMI output from this Pi Zero card to the big HDMI out. I know I have like a wire for that. So my to-do item is find that wire, connect the Elgato, and then we'll be able to see it. So we'll try to do that tomorrow. Sorry, it's a slow start. It's a slog, but you know, when you don't know any of the technology, that kind of makes sense, right? I think this will be good material for the talk because it's like, hey, if you're new to this stuff, like, you know, you don't really have the Elgato problem, but you're like looking at your Pi Zero and you're like, what do I connect in here? How does this work? These are kind of like all new concepts to me. So we'll do that next time. Thanks for hanging out. I hope to do this again tomorrow because I gotta really get this talk done, and I want to build. My idea is to build like either a sound, like a music device, or at least a UV sensor, so I know like about the sunscreen stuff, and maybe there's some other cool stuff that we can do for visualization and stuff like that. All right, thanks all. Talk to you later. It was good to see you again. Bye.